Hey, g'day there YouTube. Welcome back to the channel everybody, and congratulations to each one of you brilliant minds, because you've done it. You found the champ dog, an important part of your daily exercise regimen. So we are jumping back into the arena today. We're playing some more MonoGreen Aggro. Same list as the last video, which PVDDR entered into the World Championship with. I will again be linking to his video down there in the description, so please do go check that out. But today I've got a couple of really fun games for you guys. They're both against deck lists that appeared in the World Championship. We've got one game against the really cool Azorius Tempo list that made a bit of a splash. And then we've got another game against a Temur Treasures list, similar to what Jean-Emmanuel Deprat played with in the finals. But first, let's have a drink. Oh, only the brightest minds of the world join in on the sipping. So if you join in, what does that say about you? All right. So why don't you guys shuffle up? I'll see you in the arena in just a second. On the draw, but hand, it's a little awkward, but it has a lot of power in it, so I think we keep. I don't think we say no to, please to be Demir and not dragons again. I don't think we say no to two chariots. They've of course got a second disruption. Ooh, it's a spectral adversary. Are they playing that tempo deck? That's cool. I was really hoping that phasing out tokens would just remove them forever. But that's sadly not how it works. The bounce. Savage. Savage. A disruption here would be brutal. Okay, they don't have it. Wonderful. Double adversary. Doesn't look like they've got a decently strong hand. I did try this deck, and I just kept losing. Just kept losing. And Legion Angel as well. Just getting beat down with flyers. Just needed that little bit of early tempo from the bounce spell. Then just creatures I can't block win the day. And I don't hit the land for the Brennan 7. That's so unfortunate. Well, there's nothing we can do here. We can't attack through for enough to kill them. Can't even force a block. So what do we want here? Choose your weapon. I think I like Snakeskin Veil more than Inscription here. Could very easily be wrong. Seems like Froghemoth could be decent. Obviously the Renin 7 gives me reach tokens, so that could be helpful. But the Froghemoth is more synergistic with the Get Them Dead plan, which I think is what we just need to go for. Yeah, thanks. It's technically a 2-lander. It is technically a 2-lander. How's that for tempo? Missing the land drop is pretty savage. Would have been nice to just play down the Sculptor there, but I just really wanted to get that off the field as soon as possible, you know. Opponent looks like they've missed a land drop as well. I will not complain about that. Second verse, same as the first. Alright, the race is on. Who can find land 3 first? Opponent. Good for them. Redain, sure. Just stop and think that I found my 3rd Blizzard Brawl before I found my 3rd land. Shuffler's fine. Must be so infuriating for our opponent though. Okay. I am out of fight effects, I'll give you that. Hey, land. We have found our land. They have stopped us from using our mana effectively this turn though. In 2 ways. Both the Redain making the forest come in tapped. And not being able to follow up with another creature. But hopefully from here we can just punch through. If we just present threats turn after turn, hopefully we wear them out. How many lands does this need? 5 other lands. Phases out. That's cute. Have another. Okay, so 5 damage. I mean, we could still lose this. Oh, could definitely lose this now. Why did they not just pump the adversary there? That seems very strange to me. Very strange. Yeah, I was never able to do this playing this deck. Like, it just never came together for me. Just never came together for me. Unfortunately, all of our removal has been spent already, so we don't really have anything left for this Cathar. It's okay. It's a fun game anyway. Valkyria, sure. Opponent did miss lethal there. Oh no, they didn't have the land. I was going to say, if they just activated the cave, they would have had it. And yeah, all the lands. That's unfortunate. Was a good game though. I enjoyed that. Obviously take the play here. This hand is not amazing. This hand is superior. I think we put that back because we do have the Sculptor, that bit of ramp, like Ren becomes a little more attainable. Ranger class is also nice. So we've got a couple of like, you know, we've got a turn 2 and a turn 3 at least. Blizzard Brawl's now enabled as well with this Sculptor on the battlefield. Assuming it doesn't get removed. It does not. Missed a land, which is a little bit savage. I'm still just going to play out this Troll. Obviously, I also could have played out the Sculptor to have more mana. But yeah, as I was saying, because we have the bit of potential ramp, I think keeping Ren and 7's more reasonable. Stay hydrated. And we don't necessarily want the second fight spell when we don't know what we're up against. Since it is now a... I'm tempted to remove the innkeepers to stop the life gain. However, I also feel like I might need to save it for a bigger threat. I will, however, pardon me. I will, however, take out Magda. Okay, so they're going after my mana creature. We have a backup one, so that's nice. I was going to say, I probably should have played the Sculptor there instead of the Ranger class since I have missed some land drops. But it incentivized our opponent to double block, which is nice to try and, obviously they're trying to tie up our mana and like capitalize on our missed land drop there. But we do have a backup. Goldspan Dragon, that's real nice. And it's going to be a couple of turns before I can get Ren online. So yeah, we unfortunately need to find another fight spell quite promptly. I think it just makes sense to put the counter on the Trampler. So the Goldspan is quite threatening. But our opponent is on 8, so we do have an advantage there, and hopefully the Sculptor survives and we can play out Ren next turn. Always attacks. That's all the dragon is really good for. Is only good when it's attacking. I mean, obviously the treasure boosting thing is good as well, but more to say, it's not very powerful as a defensive measure. A lot of its power comes from attacking. So they're going to take out one of my creatures. Looks like they want to from all this hovering they're doing. Shatter Skull smashing. I fail. That's my prediction. Called it. So, obviously unfortunate, but the ramp does allow us to play out Ren. The ramp from the troll here.
The entire forest is in
We obviously do want to keep attacking. Last turn did set us a fair bit behind, but we need to maintain aggression wherever we can. We do have a blocker for the dragon now. It could well get removed. But if they do remove it and attack into Ren, that's a turn that they're not attacking us. That's an easy block. That's a really easy block. We also can attack. Next turn, our wolf token will be a 4/4. Reckless Stormseeker. Okay, so they get to activate the chariot. No, that's all post-combat, isn't it? That's just wonderful. That is just wonderful. Unfortunately, because this is a sorcery, there's not really any decent way we can use it to take out the chariot.
Every seed contains great potential.
So we're going to attack here. They probably just chump with one token. They take it. They know that that's lethal, right? Okay, I don't know what happened there. So they should have chumped with one token there, I feel. Okay, so what do I want here? I don't think I want Snakeskin Veil. I probably want Outland Liberator just as a potential answer to Essika's Chariot. Choose your weapon can deal with the Goldspan Dragon. I probably do want Renin 7. Tovola can be good here as well if the game drags on. I don't think I really want the Adversary. It's not really the best attacker in this matchup because there are things that can block and trade with the lands. I think our Ranger class loses a little bit of currency in this sort of matchup as well because the board's getting clogged up. Obviously in the late game it can be really good and getting the counters is nice, but it's not as essential as, say, against, I think, a control list where you really need that value and the things to do with your mana that don't play into counter spells. So I do need to make one more cut. I don't want to cut down my fight effects. I think they're probably important. Although since I brought this in, I can probably cut down one, and it's probably an Inscription of Abundance. Because I can just directly target the Goldspan without needing another creature. It's effectively replacing a fight effect. And the double power and toughness also kind of replicates the effect of the counters. This hand seems quite reasonable. Obviously we need to find lands, but we've got our best 2-drop. We've got a removal spell. That's a nice one to hit as well. Okay, so this might just straight up be Depraz deck. I didn't see any blue sources in the previous game. I hadn't thought of that. So obviously we've got our fingers crossed they don't have the Dragon's Fire or Burning Hands for the pack leader. Okay, so they just want to cash in their Magda. No, they do have the removal then. What's it going to be? Dragon's Fire? Sure. That's unfortunate, but what do we do? Never punished. I was just about to say we might get punished for not having played this as a land. And I think I do just want to take out the Magda now. Stop them from ramping. And unless they play another creature, they're stuck on only one color of mana at the moment. Okay, they have the backup Magda. Must be nice. All the mana in the world over there. So I could try to remove Magda again, but I don't think that's as valuable now because they already have the treasure and they have 2 sentinels. Even if we kill a Magda, they can still play a dragon next turn, so we might want to keep the brawl to take out a dragon. I was going to play this as a creature, but I think we're actually better served playing it as a land to ensure we can get Chariot next turn, or Ren if we find another land. So I think we just play this. I really would have liked to have another substantial creature on the board. But if the next turn or two don't go as favorably as we would like, you know, like example, if a Goldspan comes down, so we really just need to cross our fingers. They don't have removal for the pack leader. They do not. Excellent. So we can remove the dragon, which is great. Really good for us that we can get rid of that. Means we still have the largest creatures on the battlefield. But yeah, if this hadn't worked out as nicely for us, I think being behind on land still would be really punishing. Obviously, it's really tempting to just play out the Chariot, but I feel that I have to remove this dragon. They do get a treasure token here, which is unfortunate. But I do get to attack with the wolf. Still indestructible. And here I think I do just play out the dragon. Sorry, the mammoth. The mammoth. I've got a guaranteed chariot next turn. Means I don't have the guaranteed Ren and 7, but I do have the largest creatures on the battlefield at the moment. Never punished. Never punished. This is actually really nice, this flipping as well, because now I can blow up their treasures on attacks. And they can, yes, tap it and use it in response as they're going to, but they have nothing to do with that mana. This will probably prompt some blocks. I was going to say, like, it's just useless and therefore rude to do that because it's tying up time. But in this case, it does, in fact, make them a treasure. Like, there is a tangible resource gain for them. So I'm going to make the tree folk here. Okay, they scoop. So those were a couple of fun games. I was really stoked to come up against that Azorius Tempo list. I love that list. I can never get it to work for me, which is really frustrating because I just got stomped by it. But, you know, there's another World Championship deck list. The Temur Treasures in Game 2, another World Championship deck list. So it was nice to get the win there, definitely. I wish Azorius Tempo was as kind to me as it was to our opponent in that game. But what does one do? Those games were actually recorded quite a whiles apart for me. The Azorius Tempo was recorded... I say quite a while. It was recorded a couple of days ago, and the Temur Treasure list was recorded today as I'm recording this. So you may or may not have noticed, but in that second game against Temur Treasures, I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the deck list. I feel like it's starting to click for me a little bit more, and certainly watching PVDDR's video helped me a lot as well. But feeling more comfortable in the list. I've done a lot better with it today than I did a couple of days ago when I was recording. So it's just nice to see that improvement, but also have the subjective experience of feeling more comfortable and more confident. You know, just always feels good. Now, I'm intending for this video to go up on what is probably Friday for you, which means this is going to be our last little moment together before the weekend. So let's just take one other little moment to have a drink together and share the bonds of friendship. That was actually the last sip in my cup, because I've been recording for quite some time and sipping my life away. I'm also really hoping it'll heal my poor ravaged throat. You know, it's just nice to find another little moment to have a sip with you guys, increase our collective IQ, make ourselves more attractive, and just generally become better people together. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'll catch you real soon next week. Stay brilliant, everyone.